Well, hello. I'd like to welcome you all to the second edition of, I think I'm going to be calling this How the World Spins or How the World Turns or something. I really haven't decided, but, anyway, I wanted to talk, I came across recently these two sites on YouTube, channels, whatever you want to call them, between this Thunder Feet or something and how the world exasperates or spins or something, whatever. These two individuals are sort of in quite a conflict. It really amazed me because I watched some videos on both channels, and then as I went on, it was sort of interesting to find out that the two seem to now be in conflict. First the videos were going here and there, and then all of a sudden the videos started, sort of attacking each other, and it really interested me. And I wondered, what was going on? And we talk about motives and everything, and all these two individuals, sort of really trying to build up their reputations and hits and being the most popular on YouTube, and one being more intellectual than the other. Is this what's going on? I really sort of trying to pinpoint it. And of course you're going to say, well, what are your motives for making this video? Well, I could be doing it for popularity, or I could be doing it for money, although I'm not asking for any money, or I could be just nuts, now that's all noise, But there's a whole bunch of reasons you can choose. I mean, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But anyway, it was just really interesting me. I had to respond. And the other thing is, when I watched this, I think it's Thunderfoot, whatever, one of his last videos, and he talked about plagiarism and issues with the video that this person with how the world spins or turns or exasperates or whatever. He's accusing him of some plagiarizing, which I guess may be true. I don't know. It was just quite interesting to me. And he was saying that the ad hominem attack, and saying, well, is there some ad hominem attack, or however you pronounce it, and we're talking about big words here, there's a lot of people like myself may not understand, and I just want to say that I'm not an anti-disestablishmentarian, so maybe I am. No, no, but really, it was quite fascinating. We talked about Thunder Feet, about conspiracy theories that may affect the world, and this spinning guy, with the world and everything, is that sort of what he's doing, and that sort of interests me as well. I'm going to delve into that. He calls him a money-grubbing subscriber, and I won't say the word. I don't think it should be used on YouTube. I'll just say prostitute. I don't even like that word, but, is he that? And, I don't know. I haven't made up my mind at this point. Perhaps he is, perhaps he isn't. I'm going to be delving into it at some later dates. We talk about some videos apparently that were deleted. Now, I've got some videos too, and the thing is, I assume at some time I'm going to delete them, and I'll keep them on file in case anybody wants to watch them. Maybe he'll get tired of them. Of course, if he deleted them because he doesn't want people to see what you pointed out, or Thunderfoot or whatever pointed out, is that wrong or is it right? It could be wrong, and again, we've really got to delve into this. Now we're talking about the intentions and motives are relevant, and I mentioned, well, what are the intentions and motives of Mr. Thunderfoot and the spinning world guy? Again, is it fame? Is it intellectual ability one over the other? Or is it a contest to see who can get more hits or be the more popular on YouTube, or a YouTuber? Well, either one of them really concerned about any individual or humanity in general. This is something to be seen. We also talk about Thunderfoot's feet. Capitalism has no issues about slavery, but which is in a sense probably true. But as far as slavery going back, I mean, even before England or Britain was Britain, and we talk about the British or English, the Old English ruling the Scots, and then we go back even to Africa, which wasn't called Africa at that time. Which you see that even the people there, they had slaves even before the colonialism of America. And then we go to other countries, even farther back in time, or either, today, presently, there's 247 countries, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe 250, but has there ever been a country that has actually evolved without, one person taking over the other, or a conflict or a war? And really, when we go back as far as you want, I really got to delve into that issue too, and see what Mr. Thunderfoot is saying as compared to the spinning guy, and please don't copyright me, because I want to do, as I said, mine, which is called As the World Spins or As the World Turns, and I don't know. I'm on a low budget, by the way. But anyway, profit is only a metric of success in capitalism, but even socialist people that are living off working for institutions or whatever, and those institutions are getting tax money, and the tax money is coming from people who are working in capitalism, and that one I've got somewhat of an issue with. But again, something to delve into, and we really have to look at this between these two people and sites or channels or whatever you want to call them, individualistic, and there's so many words to use. But anyway, then we can talk about, as Thunderfeet says, something about the comments on effectiveness of healing the socioeconomic scar, and is the status quo acceptable? And that's a very good question, but are we talking about the status quo only in America, or the status quo in Britain, or the status quo in Nigeria, or the status quo in New Zealand, or the status quo in China, or the status quo is the world as a whole? If we look at the entire world here, and as you can see, I've got my globe, and it's spinning, and we can spin it either way, by the way, front, backwards, up. I can put it upside down if it makes you happy. It doesn't really matter at this point, but how do we look at it? The status quo of the universe, but let's just stick with the status quo of the world. And how do we find that, and who's right and who's wrong? And again, some more issues that, in fact, I will be delving into. And now, this is one thing I've got to disagree with you there, Thunderfeet. The fan of Colin Powell, he's very wishy-washy. I happen to know too, a lot of times he was supposed to speak at certain events, and he never did show up in this type of thing. So that one I may have to really call you on. And I'm going to call maybe the other spinning guy or whatever on things too, but that one we'll see. They say something about knowledge in society is the future over socialism, capitalism, and that I agree with. And I really want to talk about that in future coming issues, videos. Now, declaring victory does not make you the winner, and of course it doesn't, unless you're running a race and you've lost. No, but you talk about something about broken legs and an unequal level playing field, and this, and of course, just declaring yourself the winner doesn't make you the winner. And sometimes even when you get the most votes, you're not the winner. There's a lot of things to consider, but in any event, I think that's really all I want to say. And as I sort of think about these things and watch more videos from the one subscriber and the other, the Thunderfeet and the spinning guy, I'm really going to delve into this, because I think it's something that we should delve into. It's something that it really sparked my interest. It's to see what's really going on here. And join me for another episode of As the World Spins and Turns. I really haven't given it a great name yet. And again, we can spin it either way, turn the lights on and off, and hopefully, if my budget gets a little bigger, we can sort of add some things and some effects and everything. But other than that, tune in again, and bye bye.